I don't know why you're on this call, but I'm assuming you're here because your friend told you that there was something that could transform your life, something that could make your wellness better, something that can make you feel better. Maybe to what the joke just was. If you feel like you have some pounds that you need to lose, maybe that's why you're here as well too. All right. When I first got introduced to these drops, I'll be very honest with you. Like, is it okay if I'm honest today? Like raw talk. I heard about these drops and I thought they were like snake oil. I thought they were a scam. I thought they were expensive. Uh, I was gonna say, I don't know, urine. I don't know what's a better word than that. Because I've been so sick and tired of seeing all this junk out there. Who here is like flooded with stuff all day? Good job, Donna. Just hit the slideshow on the very top right there, and then you're good to go. Yeah, come on, Donna. She's got this. Let's give Donna a big round of applause. That's what I'm talking about. Donna, by the way, is a grandma, and she is rocketed with the tech. All right. So, but when I looked at the science, and I actually gave it a shot, and this would be my encouragement: be an open-minded skeptic. My first question was, what if it doesn't work? My second question is, what if it does? What is there to lose but weight, basically? And unfortunately, but fortunately, guys, I used the product. In 40 days, I lost 25 pounds with no exercise. It changed my life. It changed my cravings. If you couldn't tell, I'm Asian. I used to crave rice all the time. Who here has some guilty pleasures? Let's be real, right? Guilty things. Like you can't eat just one French fry, for example, right? But I noticed my cravings changed. And I remember one day I went back home for dinner and I was trying to eat some white rice and didn't want it anymore. My parents were like, "What's wrong with you? You know, are you still Asian?" I'm like, "I think so." So we're talking about something that's truly transformed. That's why 13 years later, millions sold. People are running around for this. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this, if we don't mind. Full screen or the slideshow on this. Yeah, just hit the slideshow. There we go. Perfect. And then you can just click to go to the next ones. All right. So let me ask everyone this question. On the screen, how many of these are you experiencing? Mood swings, headaches, night sweats, food craving, insomnia, hot flashes, fatigue, weight gain. Does anyone have at least one of these right now? Like put a one in the comments if that's the case. I hope you're not experiencing all of them. That would not be a fun situation. Or maybe do you know people with this? Because the reality is this, there are so many issues that people are facing right now. But did you know it's all because of hormone imbalance? So the question is, how do we solve that? There's many things you can do, dietary that you can try your best, but we found a very simple solution that takes kind of the thinking out of it. So if we don't mind going to the next slide, it is going through. If you just click on the screen, Donna, or click right on your keypad, that'll just move it to the next ones right there. Um, there we go. Awesome. So we're talking about a company that has many different products called Partner Co. We have a lot of products. If you want to look at them, get back to the person that connected you with this. And if you don't mind going to the next slide, what you'll see is this, is you will see, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do a couple clicks here. You will see that this is certified, it is tested, it is proven, it is clean. So this isn't just something we made in our garage. Scientists, a lot of holistic healers. In fact, on this line, we have people on what's called the Wellness Council, like Diane Odom and Pam Middleton, registered nurses, for example, that they consult this company, make sure it's safe, right? One thing I've learned from my mentors is the most expensive product is the one that doesn't work. Right? Who here's ever taken something and it didn't give you what it promised? We don't want to waste our time with something like that. Okay. So if we don't mind going to the next slide here. So what are we talking about? What are these drops? They're two drops. You put them on your tongue 3 times a day. They're homeopathic, stimulant free, hormone free, but the ingredients in there help you to do a couple of things. How about curbing your cravings? How about helping you to double your fat loss? How about helping your digestion? Women we've seen too. I'm not going to make the claim, but I've just seen the stories. I mean, I'll have Cindy talk about her own story in a bit, but we've seen with women stuff, especially those going through perimenopause and menopause, they've seen so much benefit there as well too. Okay. But don't take my word for it. If we don't mind going to the next slide here, we have so many stories and we just follow a nice eat healthy. That's basically what we say, right? We all know how to do this. This just doubles your experience if you're doing this anyway. But if you don't mind
Okay.
going to the next slide, how does this all work? Okay. It doesn't matter who you are. There's so many types of people in the background that have been able to use this and experience amazing results. You heard some of the stories prior to this, but today I want to share with you some real life testimonials, actually. So if you don't mind going to the next slide, the first person I want to introduce you to is a woman that is absolutely inspiring. We were talking the other week and she showed me these photos. I'm like, are you the same person? So we have Cindy Thompson, who is now a wellness coach. She's doing amazing things. She is the lady in red. Cindy, thanks for joining us. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great, James. Thank you so much for asking me. This is such an honor. It's a little terrifying, but it's a terrifying honor. I will say that. I'm excited to be here.
Oh my gosh. So Cindy, tell us about these pictures. Who was the woman before? What were you facing and what happened?
Oh, well, I want to say the woman in the before picture. That woman was taking daily walks of 4 to 5 miles every day on every diet that everybody has heard of. I was restricting my food. I was doing intermittent fasting and going for 20 hours at a time, not eating. I even wore magnetic jewelry that I bought off Instagram that said, if you wear this, you're going to burn fat. Spoiler alert, no, it didn't. And all of that body shape in that before picture was very new to me because I always had been lean and slender my whole life until menopause. And that's what menopause did to me.
Oh my gosh. So menopause is the big bad wolf right here. Just
It is.
curious, who here either is going through you've been through or going through menopause, or you know somebody that is as well too, right? Give me a wave or put an M in the comments below. And that's why as a guy, I have so much respect for women because and women, if you're a guy in this line, like I'm talking to you. We need to respect the women because I guess it's crazy. You wake up and you're just not feeling the same as before. So you tried a
Right.
lot of different things, and then you heard about the drops. And um, what inspired you to really latch onto the drops, and what did you experience?
Well, I saw the drops on Facebook from my friend Leah. Um, and I didn't say anything to her right away. I watched her. And I was skeptical because, like many of us, I had fallen for the buy this and you're gonna lose a lot of weight and you're gonna get right back into shape. And the only thing that shrunk was my bank account, not my stomach, not my waist, not my thighs. And so I was very skeptical of anything in the health and wellness industry because anybody can say anything. But I saw my friend who I knew and I trusted talk about the drops, and she shared her results at about week 4, week 5. And for me, she said the something magical that got my attention that I had to immediately message her and say, "Tell me about these drops." Because in addition to all of those things that I was doing trying to lose the weight, because of my surgery that put me into menopause, I had intense, horrible hot flashes night and day, um, dozens and dozens a day. I used to tell people I went from being smoking hot to steaming hot, and it ain't cute. It is not cute to be hot and sweaty all the time. And she said in her testimonial that she had gotten rid of her hot flashes. And so at that point, I reached out to her because I trusted her and I knew that her results were real.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Dozens a day. That just
Dozens.
does not sound fun. Okay.
It wasn't.
Well, that sounds like it would take forever to do anything about because that sounds like super extreme. So you started the drops and then what did you experience?
Well, I mentioned earlier that I did intermittent fasting for 8 months. And in 8 months, I lost 8 pounds. And I know it's great for some people, it's very effective. For me, nope, not so much. The first week that I started the drops, I lost 4.5 pounds. And that was just mind boggling for me because after 8 months with intermittent fasting, I'd only lost 4 pounds after being starving and hangry for 8 months. So that got my attention. But what I noticed at first was that my snack cravings were disappearing. I don't have a sweet tooth, but I have a salt, crunchy tooth. I could plow through a bag of tortilla chips like I was a pack of wild raccoons. And I didn't need to do that anymore. It wasn't calling my name. And the other thing is, I started to notice my hot flashes were decreasing pretty quickly. And when I did have them, they were not nearly as intense. And so right away, I started feeling different.
Wow. Okay. So fast forward to now.
Hmm.
What are all the things you've noticed up till now? What is this accurate
Oh,
picture of you?
okay. So I know the picture, tells a thousand stories, and you can see that picture. I have totally changed the shape of my body. I've actually reclaimed my shape because that's what I always looked like until 10 years ago. And so, but there's so many non-scale wins I want to talk about. Like, I sleep better. I used to have a cup of coffee every afternoon at the office at about 3 o'clock because that 3 o'clock crash would hit and I was sitting at my desk yawning. I have more focus. I don't have brain fog like I had, and that's a serious concern as we age. Is we want to make sure we stay sharp because that is definitely a concern that Alzheimer, dementia diseases are out there. They're in my family history. I don't want them. I noticed that my clothes were fitting better. And that's always a good feeling. There's nothing worse. I think I can only speak from a woman, but when you're trying on clothes in your closets and you're putting them on and ripping them off and putting them on and ripping them off, and to put them on and feel them fit and to glide down your body comfortably, that was huge. I noticed little things like used to have a little poochie pooch right here, and this was gone. I noticed that when I'd be washing my face, my back rolls right here disappeared. But so many things that a scale does not reflect. I had more
Mm,
energy. I felt like me again, and I started to
mm,
look like me again.
And how are the hot flashes now? From dozens a day.
Dozens a day. I have them occasionally, and it's usually when
Mhm.
I'm doing something naughty, like having a glass of wine. But I will say the intensity is so much less that sometimes I have to really think about, was that a hot flash or am I just
Wow.
warm because I'm out going for a walk?
Wow. Wow.
Big difference.
Cindy, huge congratulations.
Thank
You have
you.
transformed so much that now you can wear red because it doesn't remind you of hot flashes and
That's
you're looking
exactly
good
right.
with it. Let's give Cindy lots of love in the chat. How incredible is that? It's like literally a life transformed, all right?
Mhm.
And everyone has such different experiences. So I'll bring you back up in a bit. But if you don't mind, Donna, we'll exit out of this. I'm going to bring out one more person. So if you don't mind, you can escape and then unshare. I'm going to do a little call right here, and it's going to be good. So, Donna, you are awesome. You are doing great. Perfect. I want to bring up one more amazing testimonial as well. And we had a chance to hear from Margie, and Margie gave an amazing story about her granddaughter, Haley. And it was so amazing that we needed to bring them on today. So I asked if they could actually make some time. And Haley was out and about, and we weren't sure if we could get her, but they are there. So Margie and Haley, can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Hey,
We are.
Haley.
Hey,
Haley, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Come on. Congratulations. Thanks for being on with us. So,
We
Margie, it's amazing because we see so many different types of stories. And um, when you shared your story about Haley specifically, there was such a love from a grandmother to a granddaughter, but also such an important group of people that I think many times are underserved, and it just brought tears to all of us because it made us realize, man, we have something that's truly transformational. But Margie, do you mind sharing a little bit of Haley's backstory? So what has she dealt with? And then what encouraged you about the drops?
Well, she was born with spina bifida, and as I put in my Facebook post with her dance solo, yes, in a wheelchair, uh, there were so many never, 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 never. She'll never live. She'll never walk. She'll never talk. She'll never this. You know, this girl graduated from high school with a letter jacket in dance, and she's amazing. She has got my heart. We've been like this since she was just a baby. And she has dealt with so much, many, many, many surgeries with having shunts that had to be replaced and having surgeries on her neck, one where they had to call in like 7 different surgeons from all over the country. And she had to wear a halo for several months. And I even designed a shirt for that thing because my son was calling her Konana. And when she woke up from that surgery, there were like 30 people in the waiting room waiting to hear how she was. And
Mm.
she woke up and looked at my son and he said, "Everybody wants to know how you're doing." And she said, "Tell him I'm all better now." Waking up from anesthesia. So
Oh my
that's,
God. A
and being in,
superwoman.
it's hard for her to get lower body exercise, and she is a paraplegic. So we've tried doing certain things, but right now she has another issue that she's dealing with that makes it harder for her to get around. So, I mean, normally she can crawl around and get some exercise, but she's kind of not able to do that right now. So we started her on the drops last spring, right? Yeah.
Mm.
And as I said the other day, putting her leggings on her went from body wrestling 3 alligators with their mouths open to putting on leggings that fit. And
Wow.
she is ready for her drops every morning before she goes off to the Bridge Center where she has continuing education. The drops have done so much for her. They've done a lot for me. I've lost 35 pounds. I put a few pounds
Wow.
on, but I'm working on those. I went on vacation and spent 11 days with my sister in South Carolina, and she and my
Mm.
brother-in-law and I went all over town and ate out every night. And I came home and I had lost a pound.
Wow.
So, and eating and eating. And
Oh, okay.
I do want to throw in on this girl before our time runs out. She is a celebrity magnet. If you want somebody, just let Haley contact them. She was talking about the shakes with Chris Powell because we were watching the old reruns of his shows. And I was drinking the shakes. And then I commented on a Facebook page, and the mediator wanted to know if Chris could send her some shakes. And then Chris FaceTime with her.
Oh
And
my
then
gosh.
a special video for her because the FaceTime had not been recorded like it was supposed to be.
Oh.
She met JJ Watt, the defensive end from the Texans. They were at a scrimmage game, and when it was over, he came all the way across the field and laid in the grass in front of her wheelchair and talked to her. And the picture was on the front page of the sports section of the Houston Chronicle.
Oh my gosh.
Has met
Wow.
Orlando, who's a 21-year-old
Wow.
from Canada. She's met the Kids Bop Kids and they sang with her.
Oh
But
my gosh.
she's amazing. She's great
met
at
them twice.
I know you did. She's amazing at
Oh my God.
conversationalist. She loves the Lord. She's sometimes a little sassy, sometimes in a good way.
Oh my gosh.
You have
She
anything?
is amazing. Haley, tell us, how do you feel after using the drops and what do you have to say to us? We're all ears.
I feel amazing.
And you look amazing.
Yeah.
You've inspired every single one of us, sister. We are like, I have like tears. Is anyone else kind of wet in the eyes right now? I'm just like, wow. You just bring so much joy to all of us. We are so proud of you. Thank you for making the effort to come on here. And you have an amazing grandma, don't you?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Please go to my Facebook page and watch the video of her dance that she
Yes.
choreographed. Did a solo
Yes.
in here. And my reason for raising my hand on Monday
Yeah.
was so many people with physical needs like Haley's
Mm,
don't know anything about the drops, and others who do know about the drops don't realize that people like Haley can be helped. You don't
mm,
do a marathon, or as I said,
mm.
Brainy Richard Simmons video. Uh, it's people that cannot get up and run around and do the things that we can do
Mm,
can benefit from the drops. And
so
so
beautiful. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing that. It's much needed. Margie, Haley, congratulations. We are so proud of you guys. My cheeks are hurting from smiling. Thank you for
thank you.
sharing today. Such an
Thank you for
honor. Absolutely. Of course, of course. And if anybody has an opportunity, if someone can find Margie's, because I'm on my phone, I'm not able to, but if you can look at Margie Reed's Facebook and if you can put that in the Zoom chat, that'd be amazing. Or just look at Margie's Facebook as well, too. So I know, 2 minutes years now. Donna, we're going to go back to the slides if you don't mind. I'm going to ask you, this is the last time I ask you to do that. But how beautiful. And I want us all to think like, who are people that are in those shoes that life isn't as simple? Like they typically struggle with weight loss and everything. So if we go back just one slide, there we go. If you press left on your keypad, that should work there. So press, there we go. Awesome. All right. So now we're wondering, like, how do we get the drops? There's a couple different ways to shop smartly. All right. Number one, you can be a customer and you can buy it at retail. Normally it's $200 1 month supply for full retail. But if you get connected with one of the partners here, get back to the person that connected you, you can save up to $50 by ordering from there. But number two, if we don't mind going to the next slide, the next thing, this is super popular. Who here would love to find a way to get these for free? By the way, here's what a lot of people do. Okay. I'm sure we can all think of a couple people that will want these. What they do is they partner with the company for a one-time lifetime $30 membership. You get wholesale pricing and they get a 4 pack of the drops. Because what happens is when you get a 4 pack, instead of $200, every single set of drops is only $93. It's half off, guys. So you share three of them for $150 each. You make 450. That pays for your pack, and you have your set of drops for free. So that's a really popular way to do it. And in fact, we have a 7 day social media system that will literally show you how to post, how to get attraction, how to get interest, and not to do it in a spammy, annoying way. And people will just flood to you. Almost every single person I've seen just make these 7 day posts actually start getting some of these products out there. Most of them get their product paid for within 7 days, and it's not hard to do. Okay. Anybody can do it. And the last part is this. If we go one more slide, some of you might be seeing this. You're like, is there even more opportunities? There's ways that not only can you get your product paid for, but you can scale something significant. And we help people win 5-star vacations. We help people build 6-figure incomes plus, and we have coaching and systems and a lot of fun in this. So if we go to the next slide, after seeing this, it's very simple what we do because we're going to give you that system. It's a done for you system, guys. You're not chasing people, you're not bugging people. Is anyone else like me that you don't like to sell people? You don't want to be that annoying friend that's trying to ask everyone to buy something. We don't do that here. In fact, we show you how to post simple things where people come to you. We show you how to give simple ways to respond to them, and then they buy and you make some extra money. But what you're also going to find is it gets really simple. Thanks, Margie, for dropping that in the chat. She just put her video, so definitely check that out. You also find a way that your customers end up sharing this too because it's so simple. And it starts scaling and duplicating. And next thing you know, you're making an extra 1,000 a month. Next thing you know, we've seen multiple people. Donna Sambula, who's holding her slides, she was able to run this 6-figure blueprint and in 3 months got to the $10,000 plus a level in this company. Winter Canoe just dropped a emoji in the chat. She was able to get to that level too very quickly. Okay. So don't take my word for it. I want to ask Cindy, are you still there with us? You have a couple minutes real quick. Let me know if you can unmute yourself as well too at all as we get this
I'm
going
here,
on.
James.
Awesome. Cindy, I want to ask you as well, because you've done different businesses before and you've had various experiences. What was different when you started applying this system on a business front?
Well, I can tell you when I launched my post on a Sunday night thinking nobody will see it. And I'm going to go to bed and wake up in the morning and go to work. And I had so many messages from my people. I didn't go to bed till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So Pro tip, launch it in the morning. Don't do it at night if you want to go to sleep. I had my first customer within 30 minutes of my post being launched, and it just took off. So my other companies that I have been affiliated with, I felt like I was, please come and try this. What, I was, hey, just checking up on you. And it was so refreshing to have people come to me. And I learned that, James, before, when you were talking about the the 4-pack where you can get yours for free. That's the kit I started with. I didn't know that was a system. I called my sister who lives in California and said, hey, I'm going to try these drops. Do you want some? And she said, yeah, I'll take 2 boxes. And then I told my friend, and she took the 3rd box. And before I even had them in my possession, I had sold 3 out of the 4, and mine were free. So I didn't even know that was a thing. So it was just complete. It was night and day. And I have to just also say one more thing. The community here, this is truly a community. And I think people saw how Tammy jumped on when you were having internet issues and connectivity issues, and everybody was sharing their stories. And that is truly the heart and soul of this company and this community.
That's 100% what it is.
Mhm.
Cindy, thank you for being such a great representation of the community and what this is all about. And you know what I like about Cindy? I don't know if you guys feel this way. Cindy's a normal human being. She's just a very awesome person, just like everyone else here. So if you're the type of person that wants to do better yourself, but you also want to help other people, you're our type of people. All right. If you don't like helping people, yeah, you're here. You do like helping people, right? So if you wouldn't be on it for this long. So Cindy, congratulations. We're so proud of you, and thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. So Donna, if we don't mind going to the next slide here, a couple simple steps as we close up, right? Get back to the friend that connected you with this, how you want your next step. If you just want to try the product, awesome. Get with your friend, they can hook it up, try a month of the drops. You might consider some of the other products, those are amazing. Some of us though might want to get your drops paid for. So you might consider doing exactly what it is that Cindy just talked about. Be a referral partner. Grab a $30 membership, one time lifetime, get wholesale, grab a 4-pack, share 3, follow 7-day launch. You're going to see how that works. And some of you might see more. You're like, this is huge. Like this, a lot of people need this. Maybe you were moved by Margi Haley. And you're like, if this can do that for people, I'm all in, right? Maybe you're looking for something more significant. We love to partner with you. We have so much that's going on now. I'd love to show you exactly how this all works and scale something significant. All right. So one more slide. For those of you that are interested in last part, I want to give one final invitation. If you want to feel this community for reals, and you're like, is this really what it's like? Or are they just putting up a front? I want to invite you back on tomorrow morning. We do a daily call called the Income Producing Activity Call. Our whole community gathers. You hear what people are doing. You hear their stories. They're giving their actual tips and tricks on how they're doing this. So come back on tomorrow, same link, same password, and you are welcome to come on as a guest and just be a fly on the wall and kind of hear what's going on. All right. So with that, Don, if you don't mind unsharing the screen one last time, it's an absolute honor to be here with you guys. Was anyone here impacted today, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments. Like I'm just leaving with a heart full of love and joy and everything. I hope, and I think at least for me, um, like mentioned in the beginning, there was a reason why there was some resistance on this call. It's because this was so powerful. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Margie. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, everybody here. If you're brand new, get back to the person that connected you with this for some next steps. We love to serve you, support you, collaborate with you. Other than that, have a great evening, everybody. Have a blessed night. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone.